This is where we need to start throwing an eye on what's happening today at the NPP headquarters, because it is today that the party says it is balloting for its presidential aspirant ahead of its presidential primaries in January 2026. Who will occupy where? What story really will the balloting tell? We've been joined on the line by Dr. Kwame Asah-Asante. He is a political scientist with the University of Ghana, Legon. Prof, I'm grateful to you. Doc, grateful to you for joining. Now, I mean, what story or what your own expectation of the balloting today, and what will the positioning mean to the various aspirants?
Good morning, Kojo, and good morning to our viewers. It's business as usual. Balloting, you see the excitement, you see people, they want to be at the top position and the rest of them. But they don't mean much. Yes, wherever one is placed doesn't mean much. It depends upon the candidate, your message, and your strategy, in addition to your resources, that can help you to galvanize all the support you need in order to be able to crown victorious. On that score, it is important to know that even if you are put on the first position, you cannot do without what I have already mentioned. So there are a lot that you need to put in if you want to be the leader in the contest. So there's a lot in there.
Okay. I mean, so does it really matter where you are placed on the ballot paper in this particular primaries?
No, it doesn't matter at all. We have seen in history that people were placed last and they emerge tops.
But that's easier for you to say Asiaho or Esoro.
Yeah, any position. Yeah, people will come out with all manner of, justification, statement to point that that position is nothing but the best. Oh, third position is nothing but what? Among Ghanaians, especially accounts, the oracle is consulted at least 3 times.
Yeah.
They will give you that interpretation. Oh, second, he has been selected already. It's just a matter of time, and then he's in there. The fourth position, they will come out with all manner of things. But does it win you the seat? No. Does it win you the contest? No. It's a whole lot of other factors that will influence that. So it doesn't really matter. For marketing purposes, yes, you can shout and that you are here and that we believe that everybody has agreed that you are number one and all that. But is that the case? Remember, if that is the case, then we are in difficulty. It means that voters are not considering issues, but rather certain ephemeral things which do not bother or do not have any effect on our lives. Are we saying that the position you will occupy, if you occupy that position, it determines how you're going to perform? No. Does it matter the position you occupy? If you want to say that, yes, I occupy number 1 position, for that matter, I will be the number 1 among the contestants if given the nod to be able to address the problems of this country. Is that the case? It is not. So you realize that for this contest, if I were one of them, I'll go and sleep. Whatever you put me, I'll just come and work. The real story is out there. How you organize yourself, how you marshal resources, how you campaign, which message will resonate with the people who are going to elect you. That is the crust of the matter.
Well, recently what comes to mind is the NDC's position on the ballot, right? I think there were 8 or so, and breaking the 8
yes.
came, they then took over the breaking the 8 something. So where you are probably, like you've analyzed, may probably not do the trick for you when the time comes. So for those representatives of these presidential candidates who are going into the balloting room today, what must occupy their thinking? Because really, if you say position does not matter, What should they be thinking about as they go into ballot today?
Oh, you want to see that the process that they've set in motion will come to its logical conclusion without an incident. That is all there is to it. And that you will, at the end of the day, you will be able to know that your candidate is placed at this position and that you are going out there to inform voters that if you are looking for Mr. A, this is his position, and we want you to what? Support him by voting for him. That is all. They are there to get these basics right and then go to town and campaign with that. And my candidate is number 3. My candidate is number 2. Yeah, whatever justification are nothing but what? Political communication gimmicks. All right. It doesn't influence anybody because I want to hear any particular, delegate saying that I voted for this person because he's number 1. Then, of course, our democracy will have a difficulty. We need to work at it. Are there issues? The thing that the person says that the position the person is occupying on the, the ballot is what we're going to address the problems of the party and by extension the country. If we vote on that line, and I'm afraid we are not rational voters, and I'm afraid our democracy has a difficulty.
Usually after balloting, all the candidates come out to speak on where they are placed. From where you sit, from how you know the party NPP, what's your own expectations of post the balloting this morning or today?
Obviously, you are going to see intense campaigning, and people are going to announce to the electorate, for that matter, the delegates, that this is the position of the candidate. So please don't make a mistake when you are voting on that day. The person is number 3. Just stamp for him, and we are good to go. We are going to campaign is going to be intensified. Not only that, we are now going to see a lot of exposés, even though the party has said that they have to approach it in a certain manner that will not incur the wrath of the party machinery and all that. I can tell you without fear of contradiction that, look, that will fall on deaf ears. People will, the way they've started, I have no doubt in my mind that it's going to be intensified because the committee, the ad hoc committee, has not been able to draw the line as to what constitutes, an offense in this regard, and the sanctions accompanying that offense. So it is free for all. And over the years, the party has not mastered courage to be able to deal with people who flout party rules and regulations. So people will see it as well business as usual. For the cameras, they will pretend to be telling you that, yes, we abide by the rules of the game and all that. But they go and hide behind those who sit on social media and then spew venom and, throw spanners in the work of the committee. So the committee is in for a long haul of what? Incident, and they should brace themselves for that. I don't wish them badly, but I, as a scholar and a student of this area, this is what I need to bring to their attention.
Yesterday on Top Story, I spoke to Dr. Adoma Kukisi, who speaks for the Brian Achampon team, and he was blunt that if the committee wants to be taken serious, then people like Abronye and Wontumi should be taken on for their utterances, and they should be used as a scapegoat. Do you agree that the committee should do that to really send a message out there that we really mean business and not just, as you say, as much ado about nothing?
That would be a difficult thing to do by the party because they've sat down for people to go on rampage, so to speak, without sanction. Now you are saying that from now onwards, there's a committee, and the committee is going to make sure that there is what? Decorum, there is what? Civility in the way people campaign. So even though they don't have any rules guiding this, you want to believe that the starting point is now. So what has happened has happened. Okay. You can't go back and then bring people. Otherwise, In fact, they will be inundated with cases that they will not be able to handle it, because there are a lot of people who have committed a lot of breaches. And can they muster the courage to deal with all of them? What is even ahead of them is difficult for them to manage in terms of what the metrics for measuring, in terms of sanctions that accompany what the rules of the engagement, and then obviously certain specific situations that will come to bear on the process. So already their hands are full, and they will not be able to venture into that sphere of difficulty. So I believe that they cannot go back. If they want to go back, they will open themselves up for things that they cannot contain.
From what you've seen so far, and your own experience as a political watcher, as a journalist that has covered elections in this country over the years, does the NPP in its current state come across as a party that can really unite after their presidential primaries and march on to the 2028 elections with a united front?
Oh, I have no doubt in my mind that whatever it is now as a problem is a storm in a teacup. It can be addressed head on. Yes. Oh, yes. Because you see, political parties, for that matter, the dominant ones, NDC, NPP, they are so entrenched in the system that some of these things will not be able to bring them to their needs. No. It's going to ruffle feathers, that we know. It's going to create some difficulty. But at the end of the day, the party will surmount all that. I can assure you. If it happens in NDC, it can also be dealt with. Because remember, any effort at making sure that you tighten the noose and put your house in order will give you power. So why would they want to risk that? The two dominant parties, they know that if NDC is in office, the little effort that they put in, they can also get power, because that is the situation. They will not sit down to allow those things to derail the process so as to undermine their fortunes. No. It's going to be difficult, but there's always a way out for political parties. Look at the turbulent era that NPP went through before Nana Akufo-Addo became president and all that.
Yeah.
One would have thought that they were not going to even gain power. But we saw events took a different turn, and they won massively. It tells you that the machinery of political parties, their structures, the uniting factor that put all of them together, that becomes so paramount, and that becomes the driver of the whole process. So at the end of the day, people are ready to sacrifice their personal interests and all that and make sure that they win power. And remember, power is the sweetest thing in the area of what? Any political space. Once you get it, you can induce obedience and you can let people do your bidding. So they will look for power, and whatever differences, they will deal with it later. So I can assure you, if it happens in NDC, MPP, it's just nothing but what? A storm in a teacup. It can be, dealt with in no time.
But people say the Alan Chairman breakaway really took away something from the MPP. If they do not handle matters well and there's another breakaway from this primaries, that would deal to them a very big blow, which would take some time to recover.
Oh, that is a fact. That you see, politics is a game of numbers. So even if you lose one person, it is significant, though you see at what something small. But in terms of what the political calculation, it means a lot. Particularly so when you are looking at even parliamentary election, which is a hinge on the first past the post system. One vote can send somebody to parliament. All right. So you realize that you don't have to take chances. It is true that Alan's exit caused them a lot, even though at the beginning they were bragging, they were attacking him that his absence will not cause anything. But that can be understood because they cannot come out and bemoan about the fact that Alan has left the party and is going to cause them, they will put up a certain, spirited performance and tell you that you are indispensable, you are not indispensable, and that we can forge ahead and all that. But the reality is that Alan was such a towering personality within the party, and from where he comes from, the two regions, Asante and Central, they are very important in Ghanaian politics. That calculation slipped through their fingers, and they thought that it was something light. And we all saw the effect in the election, because when Alan left out, I said that he was not going to win, and that is true, because the Ghana political system revolves around two parties. It's a two-party system, which means that the two dominant parties are those who have what it takes to win power and form government, exclusive to themselves. Any other parties are dwarf parties, or what Huntington will call three-quarter parties. All right, they don't mean much. They just accompany people to the program, and then they will go sleep, because they are not visible and all that. So, Alan, I said that apart from the fact that he will not win, he can really cause them a fortune. And you saw that his performance took away a number of votes and all that. The story is too clear for me to recount here. But going forward, I'm not sure the party want to repeat this type of incident, and so that somebody can break away and all that. That means that they should find a common ground of uniting themselves. Okay. Whatever differences there is, they should be able to address it head on. They should be bold, and they should be able to ensure that all the bottlenecks within the party have been addressed. Otherwise, they are going to fight battles outside and within the party, and that will not bode well for a party that is desperately looking for power. I look forward to seeing them going by the reports as they commission the researchers to do for them, and things that divide them. Okay. I'm sure they are aware of it. They should be working at that. If you look at the tempo, the political tempo within the party now, in terms of intemperate language and all that, even though it's not the best of shape this time, compared to the last primary that they conducted, 2024, this is much, it has, the tempo has come down a little bit. Okay. But we want zero, effects, so that people will campaign based on issues. People will confront people with figures and facts, and that they will also work within the rules of the game. Remember, any wrong message, any incriminating message that you churn out against your opponent, obviously will fall on the lap of the opposition, of the party in government, which we use as the building block, the raw materials for campaign. People like us who have studied political communication, that's what we chance. When we chance upon them, we make capital with it, and then take them to political parties who can depend on them and then get power. After all, politics is who gets what, when, and how. It doesn't matter how you win power, provided you work yourself within the confines of the law. All that you need is power, the ability to induce obedience.
Okay, Doc, I'm grateful to you for your time this morning. Dr. Kwame Asante is a political scientist with the University of Ghana. You heard him there. Let me bring in another lecturer from the University of Ghana, Professor Ezekiel Norte. He is a statistician joining us with numbers. Prof, I'm grateful to you for joining here. Prof, let's look at the numbers. What does the numbers say in whose favor in the run-up to this presidential primaries of the NPP?
Good morning to your cherished listeners. The numbers are actually pointing to just a two-horse race.
Okay.
A two-horse race, I think the Bawumia camp and the Kennedy Ajipon camp. The rest hasn't shown much, but as for delegates, they speak when when something changes hands. So I don't know what will happen, but from information gathered so far, it looks like it's just going to be a two-horse race.
But this thing about delegates is something is changing hands for them to speak. How do we break it, really?
It's going to be a bit difficult to break it because that is what they understand. Probably the only possible way to break it is to expand the delegate system such that it will be so huge that you might not get the funds to grease your palms. Yeah. Other than that, if it continues to be like this, though there has been some expansion, the expansion really hadn't been something that the politician will not be able to support, financially. So they still do that. I think when they increase or expand the delegate system to take care of a larger number of the delegates, I think it will be more appropriate. Yeah, it will be more appropriate.
Okay. Prof, I'm grateful for sharing your thought with us this morning.
Okay.
Professor Ezekiel Norte is a statistician with the University of Ghana. We'll take a break here. We'll be back with more talking about NIMOS and its operations against Galamsey. You stay with us here on the AM Show.